The gaming industry is just like any other business industry. If there is a way to make money, no matter how it affects their consumer, it will be done. Scammers gonna scam. And today I want to dive into one of my favorite times the video game industry scammed.
Like I see something like online passes, which are something that do not benefit the user who actually gets the online pass, even if you're getting it for free. Like, this is not bonus content no matter how much they trick you into thinking it is.
By introducing online passes, publishers threaten a system that directly benefits them. If THQ or EA got its wish and used games disappeared overnight, this industry would be worse off.
Sony announces the PlayStation Network Pass. Bravo, Sony. Thank you for just shoving yet another piece of shit up our ass.
Tired of the online pass? Well, get used to it, guys. Sony confirmed earlier today that Resistance 3 will have its own online pass system. That means every new copy of the game will come with a single-use code, which then gives you full access to its multiplayer modes. So if you buy the game used, you'll have to buy the code separately. This trend has already become popular for games like Madden NFL. This will be the first time Sony has given it a try. Resistance 3 hit stores on September 6th.
I'm sure the PR department at Ubisoft will tell you that, my game playing experience would be enhanced by having the Uplay passport. At this point, I think I would disagree. I think actually being able to play the game would be a better sort of thing to have happen than to watch the shark spin around there. He's there, he's still going. He's probably pretty dizzy by now.
When I got the game, it just said put in the code, and I was like, I didn't really think twice. I was like, whatever, I guess I gotta put the code in to play. But I got this game brand new, so it didn't really affect me. But now that I know that the EA's games are like that nowadays, that's gonna change my opinion.
No matter how much we don't like it, no matter how many points they bring up that are factual, that prove that used games should not be affecting the industry as much as they want you to think, DRM is here to stay. They don't want it to go away. They condition the consumer to accept it, and now they're going to run full tilt with it.
Oh boy, oh boy. The online pass, in my opinion, is one of the worst things the gaming industry has done besides, harassing their employees. The online pass is basically just DRM, and from around 2010 to 2013, it was another way, on top of all the other piracy protections, that most games have to stop consumers from doing what they want to do with the product that they bought. This specifically was a shot targeted at used game sellers, GameStop, eBay, Walmart, etc. Because obviously publishers don't make a cent from used game sales. That's all profit for the stores. But instead of going after them and asking for a cut, we're the ones that got hit over the head for that extra money. Of course they want you to buy new games, hell, even digital, because they'll make more money off of it. The online pass is just another deterrent that would make people second guess buying used games. And if you did buy used, you had to cough up an extra $10 to $20 to get access to their online. I already have a disagreement about console charges for online services in the first place, but that's another story, another time. The first online game I found that had an online pass was SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3 in 2010. A Sony game. Well, ain't that interesting? The people who brought you this.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
PlayStation.
I beg your pardon?
The same people who did this at E3.
In addition to creating an amazing library of new titles on PlayStation 4, we're equally focused on delivering what gamers want most, without imposing restrictions or devaluing their PS4 purchases. For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers. Guess that's a good thing. We believe in the model that people embrace today with PlayStation 3 and continue to demand. Just heard you there. When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
You started this.
How ironic, huh? And of course, EA joined the battle, and every game that came out that they had an online pass. Even games like Dead Space 2, which had a forced Left 4 Dead style multiplayer, had to happen. My experience with online passes were both from EA, funnily enough, Mass Effect 3 and Skate 3. Both games had me open my wallet after I paid for them because I didn't know what the hell an online pass was. I was a kid. Every Madden, FIFA, Tiger Woods, Battlefield 3, and I love EA games. Well, I like EA games. But man, when there's a money opportunity, they will always do the most and then do it the worst. Like, it's crazy. Them and 2K nowadays, but you know. THQ, however, short-lived, threw WWE 2K11 and 12 out there with online passes. You know what? I accept them doing it, because they definitely needed the money. Ubisoft also joined in, but they wanted to be fancy and called it a passport. Like, we need this passport in order to enter their country of gaming.
F-R-A-N-K. Eat a Frank, nigga. Teach the class.
The games I could find that had online passes were 2 Assassin's Creed games and Far Cry 3. And let's be clear, I play and still play Assassin's Creed games, and Assassin's Creed multiplayer is low-key underrated. But this is probably around the time period where it was the beginning of the copy and paste gameplay that Ubisoft still does to this day. You climb the tower, you scan, open a map, a whole bunch of icons on the map, and you get a little bit of experience for doing each one of those. And on top of that, they added the online pass. You could tell they're just after quick and easy money. PlayStation, as I previously said, started off with SOCOM and then just went crazy. Ratchet & Clank All for One, which was a weird 4-player co-op game, Resistance 3, Uncharted 3, Last of Us. Now I'm sitting to think about it, a lot of 3s had an online pass. Weird. Hot Shots Golf? Why? God of War Ascension? By the way, who asked for a God of War multiplayer? I don't think nobody did, but you know. And IGN interviewed someone at Sony around the time SOCOM came out, and the quote I got from them is just kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. Today's consumers are more tech savvy and better connected to the internet than ever before. Piracy continues to be an issue of concern for the PSP platform, but the launch of the PSP Go and the ability to access the PlayStation Store directly from the PSP 3000 were significant steps towards fighting piracy and getting consumers to download digital games legally. From our research, this will be received quite positively, he said.
Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read it.
You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Remember, piracy affects more than just the creators of the game. It affects the consumers who purchase the title expecting a high-quality gaming experience. Received quite positively my ass. That's crazy. I just imagine personally a telltale sign popping up saying everybody hated that. Piracy is a real thing, don't get me wrong. But I personally don't think it was the main reason for the online pass existence. Used games is the target, and we should all know that. GameStop was making a killing back in the day. A killing. Of course they wanted some of that money. And of course, even though I believe that the online pass was a shot at used games, people were still pirating games. And then the people also started pirating online passes. So at the end of the day, the people you said out loud were the target, aka the pirates, were still doing what they wanted to do. Stealing your games. The main affected party was the consumers like me who brought the used games. Especially because GameStop was selling PSN and Xbox money cards in stores. So they weren't really affected by it at all. They would just offer you at checkout a PSN card and inform you, you might want to grab this, because you can't really play online without an extra purchase. So at the end of the day, the online pass failed on all aspects, including technical issues that would happen when you actually did own an online pass and the network didn't recognize it. So you were stuck in customer service yelling at somebody who had no idea what you were talking about.
Customer service. Get me straight to the bitch, bro. Customer service. Customer service. Customer service!
From PlayStation, one of their games that hit me hard was The Last of Us. I definitely had to open my wallet and pay for that online pass because Last of Us multiplayer was heat. By the way, where is Factions, Naughty Dog? Y'all going through turmoil over there or something. I just still find it hilarious that Sony was an early adopter of the online pass, but years later got cool points for allowing used games when Xbox tried not to. You know, the whole Xbox Always Online, Xbox One showcase. Whatever. They made excellent games, so you just do what you want to when you were on top. But I don't know, it's just funny looking back and seeing how the flip-flop Sony was and how the game industry will try their best to make sure they have complete control over everything that they sell. Thankfully, in 2013, almost all publishers discontinued the online pass, and it's only a blip in history and game history, but I won't forget. In fact, it still haunts my dreams to this day. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with anything like this ever again, unless you think single-player games requiring an online connection is a big deal or not. Sure you don't. I don't. Not at all. Not one bit. Oh boy. What was your experience with the online pass back in the day, if you ever had it? Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. That's it, y'all. I'm out.